Should team colors return in Halo? Hey guys, this is Woodskemp here, and I wanted to make this video because it's been on my mind for a while, and I wanted to discuss this around the general topic of people questioning if the iconic red versus blue team color scheme is going to come back in future Halo stomachs or at all. And for this, I was heavily inspired by a tweet I saw from Late Night Gaming according to the current Fortnite season before it launched, that was basically the new Spartans are coming to the game in the past, and it's just your typical Halo Infinite Mark 7 Spartan 4 armor female soldier. And basically, the armor is just like a Cavalier default armor with red and blue color schemes. And he went along the lines of saying that even Fortnite acknowledges the old classic Halo multiplayer and like pondering this feel for thought, that who knows, like, is red versus blue going to come back, or should people stick to individualism or like allies basically? So instead of siding with one side of the argument in this case regarding team colors, I actually wanted to divide the video into two and give my general thought on each of the matter because I think it's important to emphasize where people are coming from. So let's start with the traditional classic team colors of red versus blue. Now, for this, I can understand a lot of the old veteran Halo players since like its inception have always wanted that group unity of like either you're on the red team or you're on the blue team. And the fact that, the 2003 web series Red versus Blue has been going on for a while until it recently ended. And then I think hopefully it'll get brought back up sooner. Anyway, I can understand why they want the red versus blue team color scheme back is because they want to feel part of the game, they want to feel united. They want to be banded together in brotherhood of arms, And it's also another factor, and that is considering that the whole red versus blue team has derived from arena shooters back in the heyday in the 90s. So, like games like Quake, Doom, um, Unreal, definitely Unreal. And then, when Halo came out, it was basically bringing that arena shooter identity into the mainstream. And heck, even big games like Team Fortress 2, its whole premise is built on the red versus blue foundation teams. So that's one reason I can understand why people want to go with red versus blue. It's just that comfort sense. It's that identity. They want to be part of a team. They want to feel like they're actually part of the universe and multiplayer and make their own stories. Like that tribalism favor or like team war simulator where it's like, oh, the red team is going to beat the blue team and you'll find out, back and forth, back and forth. There's also like other teams you can throw in there like green, yellow, orange, purple. So that's as far as I can argue on that side. And here's the interesting one on the argument of the individualistic side or the outline, as we have seen in Halo Infinite. I could see why people want the outline still, because it adds a whole new variety of like accessibility in the game, because the thing about Halo Infinite is it's no longer, like it's no longer staying in the old slash new world of arena shooters. It's doing its own thing. And the cool thing about the outline is you can go in the game settings, you can change the color for anyone who wants to make their allies outline like yellow, green, blue, red. It gives them a lot of opportunity and a way of distinguishing who's friend and who's foe. Also, on the other hand, it also helps them register colors because colors are very interesting to the human eye. Like whenever we see a particular color, like say red, it's usually aggression, it's usually danger, harmful, threat. If you see like any colors like blue, they're cool, it's usually like calming, it's soothing. And that's definitely something I can understand. Like, I definitely have tried to conform my gameplay to the traditional way. So like I made my team's outline yellow because it also binds to your shield colors, not as well like with the whole outlining thing. So if you have like red, for instance, your shields are gonna grow red. But yeah, I can understand why the conservative old G veteran players wanted that, like, red versus blue teams got back, because it would make sense that the Spartan shield would be yellow. What was I gonna say? I think on the matter of that, I can definitely understand why people want to be a little more individualistic. They want to be on their own. They want to show their hard, like, cash, their armor, from just, grinding or buying or whatever. They want to show, like, the rest of the matches and their friends. They're like, hey, this is what my armor looks like, and I want to put on my own individualistic coatings. Like, for me, I understand that. I go along with that. I have, like, all the chief armor kits. I love his iconic military green armor. It's definitely iconic and very conform, especially if you're like a big Halo 2/1 nerd like me. It's honestly really cool to see that you can finally wear Chief's, like, not only his armor in the game, but also his color, because it's hard to find his green selection from like past Halo games when you're picking colors. Like, the closest you can get is like olive or sage, but never like anything remotely precisely close to his campaign designated coloring armor. So that's one side of the argument. I can definitely sympathize with people the most. And also, I think it would help a lot of people who like have disabilities, so they don't want to like blatantly see like blue and red all over the place. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not one to share from experience. But I honestly think that's another way you can like reason against the, or for the individualism, like outline armor. Anyway, it's honestly just a huge world out there. It's a huge topic. You can go both sides of the argument. You could say, oh, it's better if Halo stuck to its roots with, red versus blue, or people are like, no, it should change for the best. I think it's better if we leave the old ways of the arena shooter and try to, innovate more into a individualistic identity. Or here's a food for thought. I don't think anyone has ever thought this. Or maybe we can toggle red versus blue in the accessibility options. Oh my god, that's so mind blowing, right? So you can go to the settings, you can go to like the gameplay, you can toggle like red versus blue team colors on and off. So if you want to like revisit that classic joyful Halo experience, you can do that, and you won't have to sacrifice like the gameplay for that. Anyway, regarding that, I mean, that's basically all I had to discuss. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say in the comments below. Do you guys agree with the traditional red versus blue color scheme? Do you guys not agree with? Do you think Halo should, allow players to express their own custom Spartan for them to show off in like, party game modes or online matchmaking? It honestly is a bit of a heated debate topic, how like we constantly keep bringing up sprinting and all that crap, but it's less egregious and it's more, civilized and maintained discipline, that doesn't like explode in a fit of rage or anything. But yeah, other than that, guys, this has been the commentary for the video. Like, comment, subscribe to the video if you definitely enjoyed it. Stick around if you want more Halo commentaries, videos like that. And with that in mind, I'll see you guys out. This has been Woodscump. Peace.